Hey everybody, we're about a month in and I was wanting to give an update, but instead of type it in the announcement, I thought maybe it'd be easier to do a video. My hands are a little sore from typing. Anyway, the first thing I want to say is that the QPQIs are going great. You guys have some great discussion going on there, and I feel like I ended up saying a fair amount of content stuff on the different threads. I hope everyone's reading each other's threads so that we get to participate in this discussion oriented format, which is the way I would do an intro, not intro, a theory course in real life, right? We'd all be sitting in a classroom or around a seminar table discussing this stuff, and it's just challenging to do that online. That's what the discussion forums are. It's not perfect, but it works, right? A couple thoughts though. The first one is I'm a little bit old-fashioned when it comes to this stuff. I don't love engaging with the grading, and it's more important to me, and has been the entirety of my career, that you guys are engaging the material, learning something, learning how to interrogate the readings and turn them over in your mind, understand them, and really just basically engage with the content, engage with the material. I've had students who were definitely smarter than I were that read all of this stuff and didn't seem to enjoy it at all, whose only question was, what's going to be on the final essay. And I've had C students who weren't necessarily great writers. They weren't necessarily brilliant, but they were interested in the material, and I truthfully enjoyed the second kind of student far more than the first. So that's the first part of that. So the second part is I am more interested in you showing that you are reading, you're watching the videos, you're thinking about this stuff, than whether you dot your I's or cross your T's. I understand there are many faculty for whom following a rubric to the letter is the key to success, whatever success is. But I'm just not that guy, and I never have been. So that's the first thing. The second thing, having read everyone's QPQIs, I do have one thought comes to mind. So I don't know if you guys have ever had manual jobs. I'm sure many of you have. So if you're a mover, you're going to use a hand truck. You're going to use the lift gate on the truck, on the box van. You're going to use straps. If you're in a warehouse, you're going to use the hand dolly. Some of those are powered and are pretty cool. You're going to use the forklift. If you're working outside, there are times you have to, in fact, break out the shovel and dig in the dirt, but that sucks. So all the rest of the time, you're going to use a trencher, a backhoe, really anything you can to make yourself do that job more quickly, more efficiently, and with less work on your part. Can you imagine trying to build this world with hand tools? I cannot, but that's why people like to think about the Romans, because they kind of did. Now, at the same time, if I go to the gym, I may use the machines. Maybe you're a free weight person, maybe you're a run outside person, but if you're going to the gym, you're going to use the treadmill, you're going to use the weight machines. And in those situations, you're actually using the machines to make your life harder, right? If you go to the gym and you were to, for instance, use the machine to lift the weight for you, you're not gonna get better at the gym, right? If you, yeah, it doesn't make sense, does it? So one might wonder why, for instance, you're paying money to go to the gym if you then ask the machine to lift the weight for you, right? It's through struggling against the weight that you get stronger. It's through running that you get faster. You have to do the slow work, the hard work, to get to the point where to make you a better, stronger person. Now, if you're that manual laborer and you're going to the gym so you're stronger and faster, using the machines there to make you stronger and faster, and then when you get in the field, you use the machines to increase your productivity and efficiency, that's the best use of machine supplementation I can think of. Period. So, now, I know that the syllabus says something about AI, and the college has kind of an official position. I'm going to start by saying I use AI in my work all day, every day. I'm a paid subscriber to ChatGPT, and I use it I ask, what's the Excel formula to do this? Or, what's the ratio of purchasing to total revenues for these kinds of organizations, right? Read this product page and give me a few examples of benefits that this company would agree to. Now, in that situation, I'm using AI just exactly the same way that when I was a kid working in the field, we used the trencher to dig the ditch, right? I'm using the machine to actually make me better at what I do. One of the things that's kind of key about using AI at work is when it gives me information, I don't just copy and paste and use that. I'll ask it several different ways to give me different kinds of information, and then I'll blend that to help me write what I need to write in a way that has my voice, but stays within the parameters I need it to stay in, right? It's not good to work in corporate America and be a fiction writer. Yeah, no, you don't want to do that. And when I ask it for ratios or business questions or product questions, the answers it gives me, I always treat as just starting points. ChatGPT won't tell you when it's bullshitting any more than your know-it-all uncle. It'll just give you an answer. It's essentially giving you statistical answers that are words, and that's what it is. And it's just spitting it out. So you can't 100% trust it. You can, however, use it as a starting point, and it's good to use a few of them. You can use Claude, you can use whatever Google's is, and test them against each other to see what kind of answers you're getting, and then use those as a starting point for where you want to go next. If you were to use ChatGPT in a class like this, the right way that I think you would use it would be to treat it as a tutor or another professor that you can ask questions of, right? So I sit here and I tell you, Marx has this idea of alienation. Presumably you read about it in the text. I think it's in the text. So you've got the text, you've got me. but maybe you don't completely understand it. Alienation, or ChatGPT, what does Marx mean by alienation? And it'll give you another answer. Well, right there, you've got three different three different answers that you can bounce off each other to try and get to a closer answer. If one was, let me say it this way, if one was to approach one's homework in a college class by asking ChatGPT the questions that are supposed to be your homework questions, and then using that information minimally modified for your answer, I would ask the same question of the person. I would ask the same question of you as I would ask the person in the gym using a car jack to lift their weights. What are you paying for the gym for? And the reason I say this is because it is only through the actual reading, the actual trying to understand, the actual writing, that you will get to be a smarter, stronger thinker, right? College is CrossFit for your brain. And writing is probably the most important way to improve your thinking, clarify your thoughts, and just become a stronger human. Yes, so there we go. How do I sum that up? Make sure you're using your tools for the ends that are most appropriate for what you need. Make sure you're trying to grow in situations where growth is what you need, and make sure you're trying to be productive and efficient in situations where that is what you need. Because if you want to have a long and successful life and a long and successful career, you will want to both be the strongest person, the strongest thinker, most creative person that you can, and use the tools you have to be as productive and as efficient as you can. Don't sabotage your growth and strength by using the tools wrongly or in the wrong place, right? And so that links back to what I started with at the beginning. I'm an old-fashioned kind of person when it comes to what we're talking about here. I want to see you reading, engaging, writing, discussing, showing some growth in your thinking far more than I care about rubrics. But that said, please do check your grammar. Okay, thanks.